My name is Chef Tucker Bunch with the Culinary Institute of America, and today we'll be using an Australian lamb loin and prepared in a Latin style with chipotle chilies and tamarind. Today we'll be using an Australian lamb loin, and they come fully prepared like this with all of the connective tissues and silver skin removed, so they're perfectly ready to use immediately. For this application, we're going to take the lamb loin and slice it thinly across the grain into thin medallions. We're using lamb loin in this recipe because we're going to cook it very briefly, hopefully with a little bit of pink left in it, and a tender cut like the loin is a perfect choice for this application. So there's our lamb ready to go. The next thing we're going to do is to toast our spices. We're using chipotle chilies, and these are dry chipotles. This particular kind is called a chipotle meco. It's a more mature chili, and it's dried, and they have a fantastic smoky aroma to them. If you wanted to substitute one of the jarred ones, maybe one chili rather than the two that we've got in the pan. I'm going to toast them in a dry pan over medium heat, and to that we're going to add some cumin seed, a bit of black peppercorns, 2 cloves, and a few allspice berries. And I don't need to toast these for a long time. I really just want to warm them through, get them to release their oils, and cook them until they're really nice and aromatic, and that happens fairly quickly. So we're not looking to sort of deeply toast them and change the color, just to really improve their flavor. So you may just notice that they're beginning to darken in color. The color changes from a bit of a green to a yellowish tan color, and at this point they're ready. They're also very aromatic, and you can smell them quite strongly. From here we're going to go into a spice mill. Actually use dried chili to help rake all the spices. And from there, we'll grind the spices. And here I've got a pre-ground spice mixture, and this includes all the ingredients finely ground into a powder. And I'm going to start with a bit of oil in a saute pan. And to the pan I'm going to add some thinly sliced shallot, some finely minced garlic, as well as ginger. I want to cook these ingredients over medium heat until they begin to soften. A pinch of salt. Now that our aromatics are soft, translucent, we can add the remainder of the ingredients. And to this I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of red wine vinegar, some maple syrup, and this is prepared tamarind paste. And this is where that bright, tart tamarind flavor comes from. I want to incorporate the paste and then also add my toasted spices. And this aromatic, sweet and sour paste is going to be the seasoning for our lamb. So while our tamarind paste cooks down and reduces and gets nice and glazy, I'm going to drizzle our thinly sliced Australian lamb loin with a bit of extra virgin olive oil, and we'll also season it with a bit of salt. So now that we have our Australian lamb loin dressed with a bit of oil and salt, our tamarind paste is done, and our camal is on the verge of smoking, we can spread the meat out on the griddle pan. And I want to cook it without stirring for just a moment until we begin to get a little color on it. Once we have a good sear, Turn everything over. And at this point, we can incorporate our tamarind paste. What I want to do from this point is to fry everything together, stirring and folding to incorporate the paste. Cooking the paste through without overcooking the lamb. When the paste forms a glaze, you can remove it from the griddle. So top your lettuce cups with the Chipotle tamarind lamb. And to garnish, you can add a bit of shaved red cabbage. A bit of cilantro. A bit of Mexican crema. And we've got some tiny shaved radishes. If you like, even a slice of avocado. Tamarind and chipotle glazed loin of Australian lamb in lettuce cups.